Does anybody else feel like that life's doing everything in its power to stop you from living it? Well, recently, I've been put in that glorious position in life where you start to lose everything that you had, all your assets, your money, all the things that helped you live life. And I'm starting to lose those things. And, before, if I was a little younger and I was losing all the things that I was losing, I would have lost my mind as well. Not saying I haven't, but I probably would have lost a lot more of it, right? But now, I guess I'm so used to losing that it doesn't even matter anymore. I'm so used to not having and doing everything in my power to try and be, you know, try to put myself in a good position in life. And no matter how hard I try, God finds a way to say, no, you need to stay here. Stay suffering. Stay going through hell. Stay getting bitched by life. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's what you deserve. And that's how it feels. That's how it feels. Like I have truly lost what feels like everything. You know? I have. It's gotten as far as I've lost faith in God. And I didn't think it would ever get that far. It feels like that no matter what I do, no matter how I move, and no matter how hard I try, I'll still find a way to lose. And growing up in high school, like I was one of those kids, man, that like I tried so hard to make it to where once I graduated high school, I'll be set. Like I'll have it figured out. And even if I didn't have it figured out, at least I had the money to figure it out, right? I thought I was doing good. But now I'm looking back, I used to work so much, 40-hour work weeks on top of doing schoolwork. And I was a lead at a movie theater. So I would go to work at let's start from the top. My average morning would be wake up at close to 8:30, 8:10. It was always like 10 minutes before school started. I'd get there. I was always late and always tired. I'd get there, and then I had PM off my senior year, and I also had the last lunch. So I would go to school for 5-ish hours, close to there. I'd get out of school at 1:30. Go grocery shopping some days, or get something to eat. Then I'll go home, get there at 2, close to 2. I would go home, fall asleep, and wake back up at 5. Or no. I'll wake back up at 4:30, then get to work at 5. And then work until either from 12 a.m. to 3 in the morning. And then after work, I'll go to the gym, fall asleep, or do schoolwork, and then, fall asleep, wake back up at 8:10, and do it all over again. And I was working so hard in high school, man. I was doing so much shit in high school, and I was trying so hard and taking all the advice from everybody that was older than me and just applying that shit, And I thought I was gonna be set. And then now I'm here a couple years later, and I'm still and I'm struggling. I'm in the same spot as niggas who weren't doing what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the same spot, if not worse, than niggas who weren't doing what I was doing, who weren't exposed to the things that I was exposed to. I was putting money into my Roth IRA. I was developing my high yield savings account. You know, I bought my own car in cash and didn't pay it off. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to finance it. You know, I did all the right things, man. And I'm still suffering. I'm still struggling. If anything, I'm in a worse position than niggas who weren't doing all the right things. You know what I'm saying? Like, my last job, I had a manager, same age as me, but we had totally different life routes. You know, we lived totally different lives. You know, he grew up more in like the ghetto, you know, and more dangerous areas. I grew up in the suburbs most of my life, right? So, you know, we came out a little different. We turned out a little different. We were still cool, but you know, we came out a little different. And like, you know, he made some unfortunate decisions, but like I'm comparing our lives and it's just like, damn, we aren't that far apart, you know. Like if anything, in certain aspects he's doing a little bit better than me, but we can say the same for me. I'm doing a little bit better than him. Depends what you consider as better. But the fact that our lives were for the most part pretty equal in quality said a lot to me, because it was just like, damn, I really did all this shit and all these things that were right, and did it all the right way. And you know, he was my manager and I was working under this guy, even though like this nigga grew up making worse decisions than me. You know, like I made quote unquote good decisions, but it was kind of like, for what cost? Like, granted, you know, I'm not in the worst position ever, but I'm not in a decent position. I am this close. I am this close to getting checkmated by life right now. I'm in a stalemate, and I've been in this stalemate for 2 years now. and and like and I haven't moved anywhere. If anything, I've been moving adjacent from where I started. Now moving forward, definitely moving backwards a couple times, but every time I step back up to where I, was, I just move adjacent, side to side. That's it. It's not like I'm going any further. It's not like I'm pursuing anything, or I am pursuing things, but it's not like it's going anywhere. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just I'm at that point where I've kind of lost hope and faith in what I believe in. And I just had a revelation a couple nights ago, and it was just like, and I was just like screaming. Not literally, but I was feeling a way, and I was just like, I guess feeling jaded and frustrated. And I was just like, yelling, and I was just like, you know what, God? All you've done for my life is fucked me over. And you know what? Instead of trying to avoid it and trying to fix it and trying to do things to prevent that from happening, I'm just going to let you do what you do best and fuck me over. And put me in a position to where I am constantly suffering. I'm no longer going to try to fix my life, because every time I tried to fix my life, it either one, doesn't work out, or two, I'm in a even worse position than when I started. So instead of trying to be a good person and trying to do all the right things, I give up. I'm just going to let shit happen to me, And so far, I'm not going to sit here and say my life has gotten better, but it's definitely became more tolerable. Instead of making the smart decisions, because even when I make the smart decisions, guess what? Life still finds a way to do you dirty, right? Instead of making the smart decisions, I just make the decisions that I want to. Do I do I know it's going to put me in a shitty position? Yeah. But does it even matter? No. Because either way, even if I was responsible, even if I, did all the right things and did everything right, God's still going to find a way to make me suffer. And you know what? I'm just going to make it easy for him. Here you go. I know this is a little blasphemous, but just the way I've been suffering recently, it's just kind of like, why does it matter? Why does it matter? It's, to me, it just doesn't matter. So to make things easier on the Lord himself, I'm gonna self-sabotage for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make things easier for you. Fuck me. Fuck my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make things easier for you. You don't even gotta try no more. Yeah, no, I got you covered, man. I got you covered, dog. No. Allow me. That's how I'm feeling right now. Just like, who cares? Who cares? Because I've tried way too hard to avoid the circumstance that I'm in right now, just for me to be in the position that I'm in anyway. So I give up, and this is it. And part of what giving up looks like for me is pursuing the things I want to do, even if they don't go nowhere. And this is one of those things, YouTube right here, social media. I'm going to be posting more frequently because, currently I got no dinero coming in. So that means I got a lot of time on my hands and I got to do something with it. So you're going to see my face a little bit more. You're going to see some videos. I'm thinking of doing it to where I, just post like these raw, unedited, unfiltered videos, post these, and then like do these like every week or so, probably a little more frequently, just whenever I'm feeling the motions or feel like posting. I'm gonna do these, and then these videos you're gonna be on equal terms with me. Like, like last video where I talked about incels versus, promiscuous women. Last video, I was in like a beanbag chair, and the angle of where my camera was, like you saw from above, almost like it was, I tried to give it like a 0.5-esque look, but I liked how I liked that camera angle. But for these videos, I don't want you to feel like you're far away from me. I want you to, I want it to feel like we're talking face to face and we're in person and this is a very personable conversation between the two of us, right? I want it to feel like that. We're on equal terms, right? And make it feel a little bit more relatable and close and personal, right? So, videos filmed like these, I'm going to be talking about something personal. I'm going to be talking about something, real, right? But videos where, y'all are all up in the sky and y'all are seeing me and my whole body, right? Oh yeah, that's going to be a nice scripted, hopefully well edited videos. But for videos like these, you're just getting me. Unfortunately, sorry, I hate to break it to you. This is what you're getting. This is the best you're gonna get, all right? But yeah, like I said, I have nothing. I suffer, you suffer, we all suffer, right? And instead of prolonging my suffering, I'm just gonna let it happen. Make God's job easier, and just let. And cause the suffering myself. Self-inflicted, right? Make everybody's lives easier. But mine, of course, right? But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. I appreciate you watching. And yeah, welcome to the real experience.